Hello guys, I'm Reagan and today we have two of the best driving subcompact crossovers in the local market. Here we have the Mazda CX-30 Sport with its famous Mazda driving dynamics and luxury amenities. And over to the other side, we have the Geely Coolray Sport, the current internet darling with its tech features and an awesome engine output. These two crossovers have sport in their names, but which of them will reign supreme in this video? That's what we're here to find out. Let's do this! Now, in order to assess the capabilities of these two hot crossovers, we'll have to dive deep into them according to the following categories. First, we'll take a look at the price, because price often dictates the decision of a lot of car buyers. Then from price, we move on to more important stuff, such as exterior looks, because making a good impression always counts. Then from the outside, we head inside these cars just to check out the interior materials and build quality that was used. Then from this quality of the interior, we'll also check out the tech features and goodies that we can find inside. After that, we head to the back seat and the trunk just to see the practicality levels of these subcompact crossovers in terms of usable space. Then finally, we'll take both crossovers out for a drive for that ultimate driving performance test. Now, before we dive deep into these two hot crossovers, I'd like to ask you guys to subscribe to my channel and put down in the comments below which of these two subcompacts float your boat. So, Coolray fans, are you ready? Mazda fanboys, are you ready? Let the keyboard war begin. Now when it comes to price, it's easy to hand over the win to the Geely Coolray Sport and call it a day. Geely Philippines managed to severely undercut all of its Japanese and Korean competitors by pricing the Coolray Sport at only 1,198,000 Philippine pesos. That is nearly 600,000 pesos cheaper than the Mazda CX-30 Sport that I have here, which is priced at 1,790,000 Philippine pesos. Mazda Philippines, however, throws in a 3-year preventive maintenance service package for free, which is valued at 60,000 pesos. But even then, with that, this CX-30 is still 500,000 pesos more expensive than the Coolray Sport. So if price were your only deciding factor, then the Coolray Sport is the winner in the price category. But let's take a look at the CX-30 as well, just to see if it has the added oomph to justify that over 500,000 pesos premium. Now, it would be pretty difficult to assess these two when it comes to exterior look, so we'll give it a try. The Mazda CX-30 here has this signature Evolve Kodo design language that is so pleasing to the eye. I love how this long hood just rakes into this front grille to give it that smooth, fluid motion as if it's still moving even while it's in the parking lot. It does get these huge, ugly black plastic claddings on the side though, but apparently Mazda put it there to keep the Mazda 3 hatchback's side profile or silhouette in place with the CX-30. This design is beautiful and graceful, and I could see that it can age well through the years. It's also helped by the fact that the Mazda CX-30 is the 2020 Red Dot Design Award winner in its category, something that its competitor has not yet accomplished. Now, the Coolray Sport is also a looker, albeit in the loud and brash sort of way. It's got aggression written all over it, from these rakish lines on the hood to its expanding Cosmos front grille right here. You've got your faux carbon fiber body kit and your side mirrors, which reveal its more sporting intentions. Now, this Coolray can also be had in these loud colors, such as this orange color here. And let's not forget about the quad tailpipes that can be found at the back of the Coolray Sport versus the dual units of the Mazda CX-30. Overall, the Coolray Sport makes use of a lot of these modern trendy lines to give it a youthful, even boisterous look. Now it's quite difficult to assess the looks of these two because both of them are lookers and they appeal to a different set of personalities and buyers. The Mazda CX-30 has that classic sporty look to it, like that team captain who has years of experience under his belt and has nothing to prove. While the Coolray Sport is like that rookie of the year with its brash personality and all that raw talent, and it makes sure that everybody knows about it. Well, since both of them appeal to a different set of buyers anyway, and well, looks are highly subjective, I will have to give the Mazda CX-30 and the Coolray Sport a tie when it comes to the exterior looks. Now let's head inside the interior and see who takes the win when it comes to the interior materials and build quality. Now when you get inside the interior of the Coolray Sport, you'll see that the interior is practically the same as the exterior, which means it's loud and sporty. You get this red leather wrap dashboard here, you get this red leather seats here with a lot of different textures and here accents here and there, and you get a lot of these red leather accents thrown in all over the cabin. You do get plus points, however, for having this nice brushed aluminum finish for your center stack and your center dashboard. This should withstand a lot of scratches through the test of time, and well, you also see a lot of hard plastics all over the cabin. You get hard plastics in the lower dashboard and a majority part of your door panels. You see, Geely had to cut costs somewhere to bring the Coolray Sport's price to its level, make it attractive, and yeah, that could be seen in the hard plastics as well as the quality of the leather that has been used. Now let's head over to the CX-30 and see what kind of interior materials and build quality we can expect. Now this is more like it. The CX-30's leather quality is head and shoulders higher than that of the Coolrays. These are not Nappa leather seats, mind you. These are your typical Mazda black leather. But they still feel soft and supple to the touch. The dashboard is also wrapped in this blue leather material, and the middle dashboard also has this soft material that does this. See, check that out. The material is so soft, it depresses under my fingertips. It's that luxurious. Wow. You get soft padding in all of the high touch areas here, including your elbows and your knees, because the center stack is wrapped in this blue leather here with white contrast stitching, so that your knees would also experience the full Mazda premium luxury experience. Everything just feels so premium, guys, so luxurious, so robust. Even the subtle design of the AC vents that's been incorporated in the middle dash, it screams luxury. This is a very nice cabin to spend in when you're going for a long drive. So in terms of overall quality of materials used and build quality, well, the winner here is the Mazda CX-30. You can truly see where that added price went because these cabin materials, guys, they're not really cheap. Even the switchgear screams luxury and feels so premium and has that nice touch to it than that of the Coolrays. So anyway, now that we're practically tied in terms of the categories up to now, let's head over to the tech goodies to see what these two crossovers has to offer. Now the CX-30 may be ahead in terms of interior materials and build quality, but it lags behind in the tech department. The CX-30 Sport that we have here is equipped with an 8.8-inch recessed non-touchscreen display and makes use of Mazda's Connect system. Granted, it has a smartphone mirroring, but it still only uses a rear camera. No 360-degree view camera found here. It also doesn't have a sunroof, and your gauges are still in the traditional analog style format despite being a fully digital display from Mazda. So I guess this is also a little bit deliberate on their part, pretty much like how they decided to remove a lot of colors on their LED displays because Mazda is espousing that less is more design ethos. However, it makes up for it when it comes to the sound stage because the CX-30 Sport has 8 speakers and it has been tuned by Mazda's Harmonic Acoustics, and that includes having a stellar NVH level by relocating the door speakers to underneath the dashboard for a better sound stage. However, this is still a point of interior quality and doesn't qualify for tech goodies, so it doesn't really count. Now let's see how the Coolray fares in terms of tech goodies. While the Coolray lags behind on the quality of its interior materials, it makes up for it in terms of the sheer amount of tech goodies that can be found here inside. Your instrument gauges are all digital and quite fancily designed at that. You get this massive 10.25-inch touchscreen display that also has a 360-degree view camera, something that is sorely missing in the CX-30. You also get this panoramic sunroof up top, which gives the interior cabin of the Coolray a nice airy feeling inside. The icing on the cake there also is you get an automatic parking feature, although I have to admit that the Tito in me is still a little bit wary about relying too much on that. You can also remote start your car using your key fob, and you can also remote open and close all 4 of your windows while you're outside the car. So it's quite obvious that when it comes to the tech goodies department, the Coolray wins and wins by a mile. Now let's move over to the back just to see what kind of usable space we have in the practicality department. Now when it comes to the back seat, both crossovers have practically the same amount of space, with a little bit more space to the Coolray than that of the Mazda CX-30. I guess it's owed to the fact that the design of the Coolray is a little bit more on the chunky side versus the sleek design of the CX-30, which gives a little bit more of a penalty in terms of rear interior space. You do get a single USB port here, but you don't get a rear AC vent, something that we can find in the CX-30. Now, the Coolray is helped by the fact that it has a panoramic sunroof, so even if there's a little bit of space here at the back seat, well, it still gives you that nice light airy feeling here at the back. However, when it comes to trunk space, the Coolray's trunk suffers a little bit because this baby only has 330 liters of trunk space versus that of the 440 liters found in the CX-30. So this is a true subcompact crossover's trunk, and it shows in its usable space. Now the CX-30 may seem to have lesser space than that of the Coolray Sport because of the design of the body, but well, you do get rear AC vents here in the center, which should help keep your rear passengers cool, calm, and comfortable as well. In terms of knee room though, yes, there's a little bit of a penalty here. It's not as much as that of the Coolray, and you also get a decent amount of headroom, but you don't have that panoramic sunroof that I mentioned. However, what it lacks in terms of backseat space, it more than makes up for it when it comes to the trunk. Let's head over to the back. The trunk space of the Mazda CX-30 boasts that of 430 liters of trunk space, which is a full 100 liters bigger than that of the Coolray Sport. This is a true compact crossover's trunk space, and you could really see it here. Now, when it comes to practicality and usable space, well, I have to give the point to the Mazda CX-30 mainly because of this larger usable trunk and also the rear AC vents found in the passenger seats. Now we've reached the most crucial part of this comparo. How do these two sporty crossovers fare on the road? How's their performance? Let's find out by taking the CX-30 out on the road first. Now the CX-30 is down on power. It only has around 155 horses versus the 177 horses that's found in the Coolray Sport. In terms of torque figures, it's also down to 200 Newton meters versus its competitor's 255 Newton meters. It's also made it to a 6-speed automatic transmission, so it shifts a little bit slower than that of the 7-speed wet DCT found in the Coolray Sport. However, the CX-30 has a sport mode, and Mazda knows a thing or two about tuning its sport modes in its cars. Whew. The acceleration is there, but it's not abrupt. It's not as wow grabe panis in terms of the Coolray Sport. Now, in terms of fuel economy, their figures aren't really that far away from each other, with this CX-30's 2-liter being helped by its iStop and iE-Loop system, while the Coolray Sport's smaller 1.5-liter turbocharged mill can also give a decent fuel economy figure. If you're still gonna pester me about the exact fuel economy figures of the CX-30, well, you could click the link above for the full review of this car. Now the good thing here is the CX-30 also comes with these paddle shifters, so it's not left behind in that area. And well, the tuning of its manual mode And sport mode is much better because the CX-30 can hold the revs much longer than that of the Coolrays. So that's really more about the ECU tuning than anything else. Now, despite being down on power and lacking that raw, brute performance that we found in the Coolray, I just have to say that being inside this CX-30 feels so luxurious, feels so divine. The dashboard design has that nice executive touch to it, something that I would really appreciate as a driver. But then this is not the beauty contest segment of this Comparo. This is the performance segment. So in that regard, well, the CX-30 falls a little bit short versus the Coolray. Now let's head over to the Coolray Sport to see how that beast can put down the power. Now the Coolray performs in terms of raw power. It's got 177 horses and 255 Newton meters of torque on tap. So this baby will smoke the CX-30 in terms of raw performance capabilities. It's also made it to a brilliant 7-speed wet dual clutch transmission, which makes full use of all that power and puts it down to the wheels quite effectively. Whew! Yeah! If ever this baby challenges the Mazda CX-30 to a stoplight drag race, well, the CX-30 is gonna lose, man. That's for sure. 0 to 100 in 7.9 seconds for a subcompact crossover, that's nothing to laugh about, guys. Now the good thing about the Coolray Sport though is despite having a 7-speed wet DCT, it doesn't jerk too much when it comes to parking lot speeds like what we have now. It's quite tame when it comes to that, so that's also a plus point for the Coolray Sport. However, despite the raw power and performance that you can get from this Coolray Sport, it still doesn't give me that premium overall driving experience that the Mazda CX-30 has given me. Well, it lacks some of that premium luxury that the CX-30 has. I mean, don't get me wrong, guys, the Coolray Sport's cabin, it looks really good, but there's more to luxury than just visual cues. It has to be an overall experience, and somehow the Coolray still lacks in that department. Mazda truly understands how to give that premium luxury experience to all of its car owners, and they also charge a hefty premium for that ability. But then, guys, this is not the luxury category. Rather, this is the performance category, and because this Coolray Sport has that fantastic turbocharged engine, and it's also made it to a fantastic 7-speed wet dual clutch transmission, I will have to give the win for the performance category to the Geely Coolray Sport. This baby has the tech goodies. It may not have the luxury appointments of the CX-30, but it makes up for it for the tech goodies and that absolute raw performance power that you can get right out of that mill. Wow, this has got to be one of the toughest comparisons I've ever done in my channel's life. I mean, both cars have so much going on with them that it's truly difficult to choose a clear-cut winner in this comparo. Price-wise, the Geely Coolray Sport is the obvious winner. It's got a lot of tech goodies and features that will make any tech-crazy millennial happy. And it's really the value pick in this contest. However, the Coolray Sport still suffers from that China brand stigma, and only time will tell if it is a top-quality, dependable vehicle choice. Now, don't count the Mazda CX-30 out yet. Despite the over ₱500,000 peso price premium over the Coolray, the CX-30 is coming from a brand that is known to be a top-quality Japanese car maker, and they also make full use of luxury and premium materials inside and out. The CX-30 also has a naturally aspirated Skyactiv engine, and we all know that this is already a proven and reliable engine through the years. A naturally aspirated engine also has lesser issues as time goes by, and that is also a plus point for the CX-30. We also have to keep in mind that Mazda has an incredible racing and motorsports pedigree, being a Le Mans winner, and also the grassroots motorsports experience that the Mazda has with its Miata. Now, with over 100 years worth of experience in its belt, the Mazda CX-30 is clearly the brand equity choice winner in this comparo. So in the end, which of these two crossovers is the one for you? Well, you really can't go wrong with either of these cars. So it all boils down to a matter of your priorities. If you want premium materials and the proper performance as well, and you have the budget, the CX-30 is the crossover for you. But if you want all the tech goodies and you want also the proper performance at a price point that will make you smile, well, the Coolray Sport is the crossover choice for you. Once again, guys, thank you for watching one of my car reviews. If you like this review and Comparo, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well. I promise you guys I'll make it worth your while if you subscribe to my channel. I'm Reagan, and I'll see you again in another video. Bye-bye. Actually, yeah, the interior reminds me totally of BMW versus the Coolrays and Ascara's interior, which reminds me of Volvo SUVs.
Oo nga.
Di ba?
Polestar, Volvo.
So it's like Sweden versus Germany. Galing, galing. Yun nga lang, mas mahal si Germany. Kalaha, 500,000-600,000 more expensive. Biruin mo, boss. Oh. Pero tingnan mo yung dashboard, boss. Tingnan mo. Tingnan mo yan, no? Tingnan mo yan, no? Marshmallow. Marshmallow. Crazy.